up, guys? Conquest MMA back for UFC 315. Belal Muhammed. Remember the name. GOATal versus Jack Frada Maddalena. Listen, how do you not pick Belal Muhammad? Listen, you can tell me about Jack Della Maddalena's boxing, his long combos, his doggedness. Belal is going to melt JDM. Okay, he's going to outdog him. Listen, you're talking about losses. You're talking about fucking Jeff Neal, him losing to Jeff Neal, him losing to Luke A that one time. This guy's a whole different beast. Just I heard some people saying Bilal Muhammad's old. This guy's like 36. Listen, man, he's on the second stage of puberty. Look how jacked he is. He didn't look like that a couple years back. He hopped on the sauce. He's tough. He's durable. Listen, he has to win. Bilal Muhammad has to win this fight. Because if he doesn't, we're possibly going to lose the biggest fight of all time. Probably not the greatest, right? Not biggest as in like a lot of people view it, but biggest as in two of the like the best mixed martial artists competing against each other. Like that's something we only see. Eh, we saw against Jones and DC, but those are light heavyweights. But I want to see Ilya Taporia versus Islam. And Bilal Muhammad has to beat JDM. Listen, no one wants to talk about this. This is like the elephant in the room, but no one wants to address it. JDM is basically getting an undeserved title shot. And we know what happens to guys when they get undeserved title shots, right? They fucking lose. Like, come on, dude. Listen, I don't know what else to say. I do like Jack Della Maddalena, but he's he's out of his depth here. This is the welterweight goat, or soon to be welterweight goat. It like people aren't really ready to accept that Bilal Muhammad is the greatest welterweight of all time. They're coping. They're saying, "Oh, he loses to Prime Usman. Oh, he fucking Leon Edwards is the worst welterweight champ. Whatever, whatever, buddy. Those are the same guys that were coping when Ian Gary pulled on a master class against Carlos Prates. They just keep fucking belittling these guys who accomplish great things, and they're too close-minded, too stupid to accept the facts. Goat Lol will have a long title reign until he sees to his retirement. He's going to retire on his terms. Nobody's going to take away. Just kidding. Maybe Buckley. Buckley could beat Bilal. And that I can accept that. But that's a video for like maybe like a year from now type shit. Anyway, yeah, that's my prediction. I do not care about the co-main. Listen, I'm gonna have a watch. I'm gonna have my friends over, and we're just gonna fucking sleep through this co-main. Holy shit! Oh, I just remember, dude. They should just have 3 round female title fights, dude. I don't want to watch 5 rounds. Please no. Jose Aldo versus Alman Zahawani, whatever. Uh, Jose Jose Aldo should win this fight. He should win this fight. But, people are cutting Jose Aldo too much slack. They're saying, oh, what Mario Batista did to him was the terrorist Mario Batista. What he did to Aldo was killed the sport. They're acting like Jose Aldo died in there. Listen, I'm not here to say what Mario Batista did was good. In fact, detestable. Like he should be punished for doing that. He shouldn't have got the nod, right? But then again, on the other hand, this has happened to Jose Aldo. Maybe like it happened to him against Marab, and it sort of happened to him against Volk, right? And then third time is like, brother, it is your job as a mixed martial artist to if this is a hole in your game, why don't you try to fix it? You know, every time this happens, Jose Aldo's like, ugh, and he looks at and he like shrugs his shoulders. I'm like, dude, get out of there. Are you fucking dumb old man? You're not 38. You're like 42. Okay, you know I'm kind of fed up with Jose Aldo, low key, and it's not because of him, because he's great. It's because of his fans. Ever since Volk won, these guys still try to think that Jose Aldo is still the GOAT. Like it's fucking 2015, buddy. Like Volk is about to tie Jose Aldo in title wins. Okay, and Volk fought way better guys, and Volk beat Aldo, and Volk beat the guy that beat Aldo twice. So I don't know. That has nothing to do with this video, but I just wanted to let that off my chest. Um, yeah, I don't even know about this fucking Ariel Hawani dude. Um, he's a Canadian, and I only think one Canadian man is gonna win. Honestly, unless Grasso, holy shit, that's hilarious. Second fight, the main card, that's hilarious. BSD. Now, I am a closeted BSD supporter. I would never proclaim my um my allegiance with Benoît Saint Denis. Um, with like if my face was on screen, I would never say I'm a BSD fan. I'm saying this anonymously. I like this guy, you know. I wish the best for him. He's a no striking defense, marauder, terrible pacing. Um, he's French. Like he has all the recipe for me not to like him, but I do like him. I don't know why. He was pushed too early, and he shouldn't have been pushed at all. Um, but I'm glad he's getting a layup fight against a guy who's about to make his second tenure at in the UFC. This guy is in his fucking Reebok kit. Holy shit. What was that like in 2019, early 2020 before the pandemic? Easy fight for Benoit Saint Denis, but you know, don't, you know, don't keep your hopes up. This guy could gas out. I mean, he's tough as fuck, you know what I mean? Um for a Frenchman, no, I'm joking. He is tough. He doesn't give up voluntarily. Like he's not like Bo Nickel. But um, you know, keep your expectations low. Hey, hopefully you'll be a highlight reel for BSD and he can keep his rankings. You know, it kind of sucks that Yoel Alvarez is planning to move up to 170. Um, you know, his only I think his loss in lightweight was against Armin, and Armin fucking beat the fuck out of him on the ground. And at 170, there were bigger, stronger guys who, you know, who aren't midgets at welterweight. I think, yeah, I'm worried for Yoel Alvarez. He has the long rangey style, but he's gonna be fighting long rangey guys. We'll see. Maybe, but he has lighter man skill. But you know, lighter man skill only takes you so far. Like it's like a subscription. You know what I mean? It like for Figgy, it ran out. It ran out faster for Figgy because Figgy's old, right? But he's also Brazilian, so like you just subtract 2 years off a Brazilian's prime, and then, like 2 years off a Brazilian's age, and that's like their real physical prime. But it's a subscription, and I don't know. I hope it doesn't run out for Yoel Alvarez. But anyway, whatever this fucking jobber's name is, Mike Mallet versus Charles Radke. I'm picking Charles Radke. I don't have no faith in the Canadians. Mike Mallet had a stinker in his last fight against some fucking jobber. He lost to one of the welterweight greats, Neil Magny. Um, I don't know. I just have a feel. I don't have any expectations from Mike Mallet, and I feel bad for Canadians because they consistently get like some of the worst cards the UFC can put together. It's like they're doing this shit on purpose. I don't know why. I guess it's to punish the Canadians for having some of the worst male fighters on the roster. Uh, but not that, but from like a specific country. And despite having one of the greatest fighters of all time come from the country, um, and this is not me insulting Canadians. Um, I don't know, Canadians kind of fell off, pretty hard. Um, it just sucks that the UFC's like spitting on their face after their country's kind of in shambles. Yeah, Charles Radke. Whatever. Maybe robbery decision for Mike Mallet. I don't care about this fight. Mateus Bukakis versus Ion Kutalaba. Now, these two guys are on the longest win streaks these guys have had in their entire UFC career in the organization, which is at two fights. Now, I was going to pick the one of the guys who was on like I was gonna pick the guy who was on their longest win streak to pick them to lose because it's like these guys are kind of jobbers. They flip and flop between, they win two, lose three, then win one, and then lose two, and then win two. What I described was Ion Kutalaba's maybe his UFC career to a T. Um, but that kind of applies to fucking Mateus. Mateus, these guys are light heavyweight jobbers. They're here to do the job, but they're fighting each other. So, and I don't have a lot of fucking data on these two. So I'm picking based on vibes. This is the casual pick. I wouldn't be surprised. This is my lowest confidence pick. I'm gonna pick Ion Kutalaba purely because I know more of him. I watch more of his fights. I have a greater impression of him, and that's pretty much it. Okay, let's get on to the next fight. Navajo Sterling versus Ivan Erslan. Oh, I'm picking the undefeated prospect to beat the fucking Arab, even though he looks Arab. He's not Arab. Um, Navajo Sterling. I don't know. I wasn't really impressed against his fight against Tuco Salamanca, Tuco Tacos, whatever fuck. He fought a middleweight, right? Jesus. Why do people hype up other guys for beating guys from a lower weight class that don't bulk up a weight class up? Middleweights should not fight at light heavyweight. I think the 20-pound jump is too big for any amount of lighter man skill to apply there. It's too big. You see listen, any former champ from a lower division, they would go up, they would become ranked, bare minimum top 10. It doesn't really happen to middleweights making the jump up. Alex Pereira is the exception because Alex Pereira is the rare middleweights that have the frame to jump up 20 pounds. He can also go to heavyweight if he really wanted to. That doesn't matter. Navajo Sterling, I don't care. Marc Andre Barriault versus Bruno Silva. I think. Listen, I'm just gonna spoil the final fight pick. This is the only Canadian male I will be picking. This goes against every principle I stand for. Under any other circumstance, I would not pick Canadian male, but in this instance, I will. I think Bruno Silva is too washed. He's had his Cinderella moment, with Alex Pereira, and it's completely gone downhill. I think isn't this the guy that fucking lost to? Oh shit, he's the guy that lost to Chris Weidman via 1-2 eye poke. Very unfortunate, but that kind of describes his career after fighting Alex Pereira and pulling off a good performance against him. Um, Marc Andre Barriault, maybe a KO. Any halfway decent middleweight beats Marc Andre Barriault. Oh well, Marc Andre Barriault is coming off a KO loss of a Joe Pyfer, which was pretty brutal and expected. That's kind of why I don't pick Canadian males. Because the fighters, like, oh my god, I think I've said on the previous video that the only reason that Marc Andre Barriault is still employed by the UFC is because he's Canadian and he can fight on Canadian pay-per-views and Apex cards, which is true. This is what they use him for. Oh man, I'm going against everything I stand for. He's basically a nepo baby. Oh fuck, dude, I don't know. This is like a mid-off, and I'm picking um Andre Barriault. I think the better pick would be Bruno Silva, but I have a gut feeling. Daniel Santos versus Yang Yun Lee. I'm picking Daniel Santos. Fuck, dude, I forgot the reason why I picked him. Oh yeah, he lost to fucking oh that one guy. He has like his only loss in the UFC. I think it was his debut, and it was against a pretty decent fighter that's only lost to good competition, and that's why I'm picking him. While the Korean guy has lost to meh competition. I'm curious. I just looked at the resume. I didn't really watch the fights, so I don't really have a greater context to for uh the nature of the wins or losses. Um, this is not a vibes pick. I'm not like Lucas Tracy looking at the odds and picking the favorite. Daniel Santo. I think this is a pick 'em, isn't it? Yeah, Daniel Santos. I think he just has a better resume. Bracketona versus Bez Almacan. I'm picking Almacan. I listen, man. I don't think I've ever picked a guy who has like a -inch reach. This guy has like a 6'4" reach at 5'6" at bantamweight. I'm picking the Kazakhstan guy. Uh, anyway, that's it for the video. I'll sorry I didn't make a recap for the last fight night. I'll be real. I fell asleep through half the main card because I was pretty sleepy. But I did wake up for the co-main and main event. But I just thought I'm not gonna watch those decision fest, so I'm not even gonna post a recap. If you made it this far in the video, thank you very much. And like and subscribe, and maybe even a comment would go a long way for me. Uh, if you would. But other than that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the recap. Bye.